Hey everybody! You're listening to an episode of Thorne in Your Side. And I'm your host, C. Thorne. This is a place where I'll be talking about information and opinions, both popular and unpopular, related to random topics. And you might as well listen since it needs to be said. Also, you already pressed the play button. So relax, grab a nice drink, and prepare to be both entertained and informed. So, let's start. Now, as we all know, there are several types of TV shows on television. There's sitcoms, there's reality shows, there's talk shows, there's cartoons, all that good stuff. But what I'm going to talk about today is reality shows. And in case you don't know, a reality show is basically a unscripted TV show in which random people are filmed with a camera crew with various situations and scenarios. Anything can happen. So some reality shows are okay, some are pretty good, but some are controversial as well as inappropriate. Well, I'm going to talk about a show that's part of the latter, because why not? Apparently, about mid-January this month of course, there was this show that debuted on television that the trailer was just very awkward and cringy, and it's almost like, okay, is this show as bad as what I think it is? Well, I thought to myself, let's just watch it and find out. Turns out it's much worse. It's much worse. Now, to all the fans of MILF Manor, as well as TLC, not the girl group. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Not the girl group, but the channel, the TLC channel. Now, to all the fans of MILF Manor, as well as the channel TLC, I don't want to be a thorn in your side. But that show needs to go away. That show has to go. As I said before, the name of the show is MILF Manor. The show is so cringy, so inappropriate, so awkward. First off, MILF, M-I-L-F, is an acronym that stands for Mother I'd Like to F. Nope, I'm not going to say it. Basically, it's a slang term for older women who are hot, pretty, beautiful, sexy, desirable. This show is about a bunch of older women who are all attracted to much younger men. They're basically cougars. No, not the big cat. It's a slang term for older women who are attracted to men much younger than them. In other words, all the women on the show are both cougars and MILFs. Anyway, the women meet the men that they'll be spending time with, and to their surprise, all the men are the sons of the moms. In other words, each mom has a son that's on the show as well. That also means that not only does the mom like much younger men, the son likes much older women. Like mother, like son, right? Unfortunately. This was actually the twist that was presented in the trailer. In the trailer, the audience are told that there's a twist to this dating show, and we're wondering where it is. It was obvious that it'll be a bunch of older women with younger men, but what could that twist be? I figured that the twist is either the men on the show are either the sons or the brothers of the women. But since the show isn't called SILF Studios, I figured the twist would be that they'd be dating each other's sons. And I was right. In this case, That's not a good thing. This is the one time I don't like being right. Honestly, the whole premise of the show is creepy. It's one thing for a woman to be interested in much younger men, or for a man to be interested in much older women, but to be a mom and a son in the same dating pool? Ugh, 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 ugh. That's like you trying to date one of your mom's friends while she tries to date one of your friends at the same time. If everything goes well, that means that your best friend could become your stepdad and your mom's friend could become her daughter-in-law. That's 120% witness. Now, there's only been 2 episodes, but that's already 2 episodes too many. Warning, what I'm about to say might make your skin crawl off your skeleton. Anyway, the first episode, the audience is treated to the first challenge, in which all the women take turns being blindfolded and feeling up or fondling the bare torsos of the younger men in order to find out which one is their son. Nope, I am not lying. And I did not stutter. But since I'm so nice, I'll repeat myself. The first episode, the audience is treated to the first challenge, which is all the women taking turns being blindfolded and feeling up and fondling the bare torsos of the younger men in order to find out which one is their son. I wish I was lying when I said that, but I'm not. They actually did that. Goodness gracious. How creepy is this show going to get? How do the guys feel getting felt up by random older women? They probably enjoyed it, but I'm sure it's an awkward feeling. Imagine how the moms feel seeing their sons being constantly touched and hugged by random older women. It's already suspicious and disturbing enough if you can recognize your son just by touching, feeling, and hugging his naked upper body, but I'll leave that alone. The second episode was almost as bad, but still pure cringe. The mothers and sons are told to write down their deepest, darkest secret. And the following day, the moms had to match the secrets to their sons, and the sons had to match the secret to their mom. Now, I won't repeat what some of those secrets were because they were just nasty. Ugh. And I'm hoping that most, if not all, of those supposed secrets were made up just to increase the cringe of the show. Trust me, you don't want to know what some of those secrets were. Overall, MILF Manor is definitely an uncomfortable show to watch because of several reasons. In fact, I would say the most dangerous reason is because of the aura of incest. It's not obvious incest because, thankfully, we don't see any moms making out with their sons. Well, we don't see that yet, but I won't be watching that show long enough to find out. Instead, it's more like soft-core incest. I say this because it seems like whenever one of the older women shows a lot of interest in the younger man, the young man's mom looks and or acts jealous. Jealous as if she's the ex-girlfriend or overly concerned helicopter parent. Also, let's not forget that the first episode had the moms get very physical with all the sons during the challenge, including their own son. It's only been 2 episodes, and we already see some people trying to hook up with each other, as well as spend quality time with the person they have interest in. Ugh. Wow. Now, this MILF Manor show isn't the only cringy show that TLC has in their channel. In fact, I'm tempted to say that TLC is trying their best to surpass MTV in terms of having cringy reality shows. And that's saying a lot. That is saying a lot. But hey, I think it's true. For one thing, they have their own version of Teen Mom. It's called Unexpected. And just like Teen Mom, you have a show that falls around a bunch of pregnant high school girls or girls that already gave birth to a kid in high school. And you got some who have their second child on the way in high school. And I'm like, okay, why are you on this show called Unexpected if you already have your second child? It clearly wasn't unexpected because, you knew what happened the first time. But whatever. Another show TLC was this show called Me, You, and My Ex. Well, no. Me, You, and My Ex, or You, Me, and My Ex. One of those. Either way, it was a show about people who had lingering ex-husbands, ex-wives, ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends. And I'm like, okay, this show has to be fake. And that's another thing. Some reality shows, you just know they're kind of on the fake side because it's realistic. In this show right here, You, Me, and My Ex, it was not realistic at all. The couples on there was just they just seemed so fake. In fact, the flagship couple was basically this guy who lived with his ex-wife and their kids, and he decided to let his current girlfriend move in with them. What? It's one thing to let your girlfriend visit you while you're still with your ex-wife, but to have her move in? So you basically have your ex-wife, your kids, and your current girlfriend living in the same house as you. What the heck? It made things more awkward is the fact that his girlfriend was less than half his age. His girlfriend was just a few years older than his oldest son. What? I'm like, okay, this lady is clearly here for a paycheck. She's given the best acting performance you can imagine, because there's no way in this dimension that someone will be willing to move in with their boyfriend when he still lives with his ex-wife. There's just no way. That makes no sense. I don't care what anyone says. That makes no sense whatsoever. But hey, there was another couple on that show that was just weird. Apparently, there's this girl, this woman. She basically cheats on her husband while he's deployed overseas via the military, and she cheats on him with the neighbor. And apparently, she gets upset with her now ex-husband, that she won't come to the wedding. That they won't come to the wedding. Look, I'll repeat that. Apparently, she gets upset that her ex-husband won't come to the wedding between her and the man that she cheated on him with, which was the neighbor. Now, what kind of foolishness is that? That is pure foolishness. Come on now, lady. You cheated on a man while he was serving in the military, and you're mad that he won't come to the wedding between you and the person you cheat on with? You got to be kidding me. That's so weird. That's messed up. Oh, excuse me. There were other couples in that show, but they were slightly less cringy. But those two were definitely just, ugh, what the heck? It can be agreed that TLC is trying to increase the cringe meter of their shows with this MILF Manor nonsense. And they're succeeding. But it's also a good reason why they need to cancel it. Once again, I don't mean to be a thorn in your side, but I just don't like these kinds of shows. They're completely dangerous. I understand family members having a close bond with each other, but this show just reeks of incest themes, and I'm hoping it's mostly scripted. The fact that an older woman who's interested in much younger men has a son that's interested in much older women, that's weird. The fact that they're both in the same dating show is just risky. All it takes is for someone to get too drunk, and you'll have a woman pregnant with her child/grandchild, and her son will have to figure out how to raise his child/sibling. Seriously though, that's disgusting, and I hope it never happens. My final point is that if you almost believe that this show is okay and people shouldn't criticize it so much, then think about this. What if the genders were reversed? In other words, what if the show was called Filth Factory and it was a bunch of old fathers hooking up with each other's daughters? Man, that show would get canceled halfway through the trailer. Can you imagine the first episode? You have the daughters stripping down to their bathing suits, and then the fathers have to figure out which daughter is theirs by checking their curves and such. Heck no. That's that would look so bad. It will look so bad. But if for some horrible reason TLC did make this into a show, then I assure you that show would be absolutely filthy. 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 Excuse me. TLC, once again, the channel, not the girl group, TLC needs to stop making shows like this. I understand their reality shows mostly center on taboos and guilty pleasures, but please stop it. We all know there are lots of people who are willing to do almost anything to be famous, but that doesn't mean it's okay to exploit them. Yes, I know that exploiting people is usually what happens in reality shows, but the last thing we need is for this type of incest-based behavior and interest to be glorified and normalized. I hope that never happens, but something tells me it's already too late. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Thorne in Your Side. And I'm your host, C. Thorne. Make sure to like, share, follow, subscribe, post, tweet, comment, and anything else you want to do. There'll be another interesting, mouth-watering, soul-satisfying episode next week. And remember, be smart.